While we're talking Ronda Rousey, I think you had an interesting question that a listener kind of chimed in there. If you want to give that out.
Yeah, absolutely. It says here. All right. So now it's just theatrics with Rousey. All the arrogance and tough talk. She didn't do that a year ago. I think she's playing a role now. It's annoying and fake. She needs her butt whooped. I used to really like her, but now she comes across like a big-headed, arrogant Mayweather-ish a-hole. What do you think about that?
I think maybe that's a little too harsh. But I would agree that while she does play the game, I also think that at the same time, I think that a lot of what she says is really her. And the reason that I would say that is you don't have to listen to her mother talk for 5 minutes to realize how high of an opinion that she has of herself. And,
absolutely.
And Ronda's the same way, and rightfully so. I mean, she's the best fighter in the world right now. And
yeah, I mean, I guess I mean, if that's your mom, and my opinion on that, you grow up that way. You grow up being told, not to take any crap from anybody, but say what you want to say, do what you want to do. That's what you're going to come out to be, right?
Yeah.
If you're on top of that, being raised all your life to strive for a gold medal, don't get the gold medal, and now making headway in what the sport you're doing now. That's, I mean, you're right. I think a lot of that is just her, and if she ever does transcend to professional wrestling, I think it's going to be hard for her to cut promos, to be honest with you, because there's not, you know what I mean? There's when somebody's that genuine, acting's kind of tough to do. So she's pretty genuine. She's a pretty genuine person, and I think that's who she's gonna be, and I think they're gonna make that Cyborg fight soon. If she gets through Holly Holm, she's going to need every bit of that belief. She's going to need every bit of that belief to get through that one.
Yeah, with her attitude, I mean, when you look at, and I've said this before, I mean, if you start trying to compare her to people, she's definitely more Nick Diaz than she is George St. Pierre. And but that's okay. I mean, people can't all be. Not everyone can say the right thing. Not everyone can be goody two-shoes and, kiss all the babies and shake everybody's hand.
I'm not gonna lie. I love Nick Diaz. I love his attitude. I love everything he does. I like the way he slaps people in the cage. I mean, it's him, right? If you came in and you saw anything different from Nick Diaz, you'd go, what's wrong with that guy, right? So it's,
and that's kind of the thing to me when you look at a guy like Nick Diaz, if you had to put a ratio, I'd say it's 80-20, 80% Nick and 20% amped up a little bit. On the flip side of that, when you look at someone like a Chael Sonnen is probably it's more like a 40% him, and then 60% of it is him amping up and being a character. And
right.
And so with Ronda, I think it's more her than it is her playing a character.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I don't think that she's
not trying to sell it. Of course she's trying to sell it. Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
She's trying to sell it. She's trying to sell it. Of course she's trying to sell it. But I think the problem is she's so much who she is that when she's trying to sell it, you can see her trying to sell it more so. Whereas Chael Sonnen, would do interviews like, beat me if you can, just walk out of the octagon, right? I mean, that's, but that worked for him, you know what I mean? So I think when you're trying to find that I don't know what you call it, when you're trying to sell it and you're trying to sell it a certain way and you've done it so well a certain way for so long, maybe you just stick to that way.
Yeah, Absolutely.
We used to say that about John Jones, remember? We used to say that about John
right.
Jones. Then he started, punching people at, press conferences and, running into pregnant women and running off with bags of money and drug paraphernalia. It's just it's kind of a weird deal when people make that switch. So, who knows? Maybe the pressure's getting to her, but we'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
You expect people in professional wrestling, the good guy eventually is going to turn heel, right? At some point in his career, you're going to have a heel run. Right. But when it happens in real life, and John Jones goes from the goody two-shoes, shake everybody's hands to the full-out blown heel, that's kind of...
Right. And I don't know if he's mad because, his brother's got a Super Bowl ring. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is because he's still mad. So I don't know what it is. So, but we'll see him back in the ring, and we'll get to see Ronda, in Australia here pretty soon, and Holly Holm. Hopefully, she's been in Australia for about a week and got used to the time change because I'm hoping she puts on an awesome show too.